Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. And welcome, another exciting, wonderful show with you on Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Today, talking about money, money, money. Why does it matter to you? So we're going to get into it because I find, again, that there's these disconnects that spiritual entrepreneurs, light leaders, healer types, healing type of people, energy healers as well, that have these disconnects between their sense of spirituality and money. And I want to address that again today and talk about, for your own self-inquiry, as I inquire together with you, why does money matter? And we can get a bit of channeling by the end of the show today as well. So some channeled messages from the guides, etc. Money, money, money. Why does it matter to you? Do you want to meditate and make money? Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let it be fun. Go to yoursacredpurpose.com and get your free Meditate, Make Money meditation today. We're going to go ahead and dive in from here. So I've been talking about here on Spiritual Rockstar about the opportunity to let go of some of the energies that have made things like money sticky. That hard driving energy that a lot of us have been conditioned towards, acquire, gain, consume. We need money so we can survive. We need money so we can consume more. We need money to have a nicer house, a better car. We need to have money just in case, health issues, or in case, or we want to save money for a college education for ourselves or our kids or our grandkids, or we want to save for retirement. We want to vacation more. We want to travel the world. We want to give more money to more charities and organizations and things that matter to us. We want to invest in more trainings and coaches and self-care and practitioners that can help us, and healers. And we want money so that we can sometimes have something that's just nice to be able to get a limo to take us somewhere someday, if that matters to us, or to get the latest tech or the best phone, or go to the fancy restaurant every once in a while, go, or all the time, whatever you choose, buy the finest wine, have the best clothes. We want money for so many things. I could go on and on. That's just scratching the surface. We didn't even talk about shoes. We didn't talk about, our hairstyle. For ladies, that's usually more of a focus. But jewelry. I mean, there's just so many things. Just the list just keeps going on and on. The gifts we want to give other people. You get my point, all right? So it gets you started, and you think about, wow, there's a lot of things I love that right now anyway require the currency of money. And then after I've heard all those things, notice if your body, your energy is like, yeah, I want money for that. I want money for this. I want money. Did you feel that? Most of you probably did. So I'm willing to put good money on a high percentage of you felt a lean in on one or a number of those items I just rattled off. So now I'll ask you again, why does money matter to you? I mean, it could be just as, one level, one just basic, real level is, it matters because there's things we want that require money. We make it so, myself included, like we're so deep or so introspective sometimes and get into the depths of everything. We miss the obvious. Why money matters to you is because you want things that require money. Okay. Why are you listening to this show anyway? No, I'm just okay. that's just a joke. But why you listen to this show? Money, of course, money matters. But I know a lot of spiritual people say, "Oh, money doesn't matter." But you're the same people. If you've ever said that, and you're listening in, you start leaning in and say, "Yeah, I want money for those things." Yeah. Um, and then maybe you say, "Well, as long as it comes in the right way, it's just God wants to pour the money on me. Great, that's wonderful." Um, there is no God in the sky, and okay, from this is my take. Okay, there's no God in the sky that's just there with a bag of money. It's going to pour down on you. Um, just spontaneously out of the blue in that particular way, right? That's not likely to happen anyway. I guess everything's possible. Oh, you're like, thank God. So those are some of the reasons why it matters. It's just all the things I said, all the things you want. So that's one basic level why money matters. But then you say, well, the way I don't want to chase money, I don't want to get, and that's an enlightened response. That's one of the reasons why a lot of you all would tell me that you have conflicts with spirituality, money. And I can guarantee you that, again, nearly all of you do. And what do I mean by that again? I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again today is that sense of being really deeply spiritually connected, not translating into being wealthy financially, not having what you desire for what you want financially, that maybe you shouldn't even want those things then. That's like a vow of sufficiency even, or, maybe not even poverty, but like sufficiency, as long as I'm sufficient to provide for what's absolutely necessary. Which is, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's right or wrong at all. But for most of you, have desires that are beyond that are natural desires. I just talked to, again, one of my mentors about this. It says, sometimes I do wonder about coming up with I say, come up with your ideal scene of what you want in your life, your dreams and everything. And of course, I've done those exercises so many times, like probably you have too. And there's always certain things that sort of show up in those scenes and some things that change. And what I was saying to my mentor was like, I was like, well, I don't know. Like sometimes I just feel like I shouldn't have any. I should just let go of these desires, just because if I try to be in a relationship with it where I feel like I'm trying to acquire it, then of course, as you know, like if we're going deeper spiritually, it's probably not going to work out. If you're not looking to go deeper spiritually, you really want to get into the world and be of the world and manifest stuff in the world. Okay, but then you're gonna run into your stuff, your stress, and feeling not good enough always, no matter how far you go. And I watch the videos where they talk about people become billionaires and the interviews with the people that are the billionaires or the big millionaire people or whatever. And a lot of times again, not universally, but a lot of time what I'm hearing is there's a lot of anger, a lot of wounded fuel that goes into that. And not that it doesn't create good for them and others, but it's still on a foundation of insecurity. So yeah, it can work if you have the sole desire to translate that wound into manifesting a business or something that interests you in the world, and then use that fuel to double down and fire it up and work tons of hours and set your mind and your focus and your visualizations to make it happen, and then even a million X that, and just million X everything. Why 10X? People talk about 10X, 1,000X. No, let's make it a billion X. Let's make it a trillion X. Let's not stop there, you fools. Let's more is obviously better. Like, I mean, people just get insane with it. And again, I've seen, through the years, people at times, and I think it's gotten better, but there are times people just being so insincere about the truth about them and their money, and why it matters, and what they're, well, really what they're choosing, as their focus, whether it be a very small number or a very large number, but that there's not a good connection to the deeper why of why they want it. What would it serve? Is it just what is it going to serve? So for those of you that are spiritual entrepreneurs, business owners, healer types, the focus is about service, of course, and service from your deep heart, from your deep presence. That's what's being a spiritual rock star is all about, in part, right? It's all about that, coming from that space. And that matters because, if you're of such great service to other people, even if you didn't ask them to give you money, that you would see abundance come your way to some level or degree, to the level of degree you were open and willing to accept it. You experience a certain amount of prosperity without even maybe asking for money. Again, the spiritual entrepreneur's dream. Wow, I don't even ask and people are giving me money. If it's really fun to you and really interests you as a soul, you could do that. You could just ceaselessly serve others and never really ask for money and see how it goes for you. Something will come your way. Opportunities, eventually you'll get to where I really need this, and then you're going to need to do something to allow that to come in. And then maybe you're going to decide you do need to charge because, getting someone sending you a little gift here and there is not getting it done. That's what most people find when they go to the free everything model, which has been done. And, everything, most things have been tried already, So, and that's usually what happens is, I'm tired of the scraps. I need to actually, do something to make a lot of money now. And because you can barely get by, on people just of goodwill and reciprocating, saying, okay, I'm going to give you this money now. They might give you other things, but they might give you money, which is something that um, is important to get the things that you want. No one's going to barter with you probably to send your kids to college, like, hey, I'll give you college tuition and you do healing for me or something. Like, it's not going to work that way. So bartering and all this sort of thing is not really where it's at. Maybe in a totally enlightened society, and I've talked about this with one or more of my guests before, maybe we would all just freely share, and everybody would just tune in to what to ask for and where to give to people, and how much, and we'd all be just tuned in. We'd just all be following our intuition. This would be what I call, highly evolved actualized living. I wrote a book on it a long time ago. Didn't get it published. Yeah. If you want me to publish it, by the way, put it in the comments below, because I start getting a swell of desire for that in the world, and I get more signs. And who knows, maybe I'll actually get it in formation to be published. But like, if we all were plugged into that space, certainly an enlightened society would work. But I mean, it's a big wide world. It's not like just little communities. Like, we see these ancient civilizations with these tiny communities, or even if they're, I don't think many of them were all that huge. I could be wrong. Maybe there's hundreds of thousands. They're all enlightened and, connected and whatnot. But I think there tend to be smaller groups. In a smaller group, it's that tighter knit feeling. Like when you go to, like, I was in a smaller neighborhood for farm area, and there was such a beautiful energy with that. There was something precious about it. It was quiet, and people, there's more a sense of harmony, unity, in a way that was different, that was more peaceful, and easily could have gone to a model like that, potentially in a smaller community. potentially. I'm not saying it would 100% work, but it's doable at least. Well, you're talking about a worldwide connection and economy. Is it possible? Right now, no. I don't think it is possible in this moment, but and it's something to accept. Like it's just not possible. It's not going to happen right now. If it could happen, then great. But it may take who knows how much time before that happens. In the meantime, what my guidance has just been to embrace the money, embrace all of life, and to have fun, and to be creative, and to take the risks, to utilize your creative potential and your desires to drive you forward to help other people, and then allow your financial desire to be matched in kind in exchange for you just doing what you love and letting, in other words, just saying yes to yourself fully and letting all of it come in so that you're fully embracing life and loving yourself and therefore loving everything and everyone, including money. And then you'll experience more of this peace, more of this sense of expansion and wholeness and wellness that you feel eludes you. That's where it happens. But it does feel risky sometimes. It feels really risky sometimes to take the chances we have to take in stepping into our deeper mission and purpose in the world. Like that's what I ran into. I ran into financial issues and people judging me, and not just like people I was trying to help. Sometimes maybe, well, yeah, I mean, people that would come in and say, "Well, we don't really believe in what you're doing," or but also family and colleagues and things like that. So uh, it's like you just fully commit to what you know is true, and you just don't stop caring about the dissenting opinions. Um, Stop, giving them attention or care or concern, because you could give it care and concern unless you, well, if you want to give love and blessings and gratitude for it, that's fine, that's perfect. But to give it attention in any other sort of way, it's really futile, other than maybe to learn from it. Like if there's things they're saying that have some truth that you need to address in some sort of way, that's always true too. Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, I mean, to let that stop you at one iota, it'd be just the opposite. It's like fuel on the fire in an enlightened way, not a like, I'll show you, but more like, okay, like I'm getting the feedback, like it's trying to tell me something. What's trying to tell me? How is this making me double down on my yes? And then letting that propel you. The money matters so you can help more people too, because again, it always takes more support and more money to reach more people ultimately. Well, I'm just going to be a YouTube star. All right. Well, if you're going to be a YouTube star, then you're probably going to need a team of people to help you to make the videos strong and professional enough, and most available to be most successful and reach as many people as possible, not just, whatever amount that you could reach just by pure happenstance and viral videos. Everybody prays for that too, right? But how many times does it happen? It's a combination of, you know, uh, focus and planned luck and all that kind of thing to do that. But ultimately, the greater growth still, even then, is around developing something that's really supported very well to go to the highest level possible, whatever the endeavor may be. It requires more love, more service, more greater connection within yourself, with your source, and healing and love for yourself, and therefore bringing that into your relationships, including your work relationships and the people you're working with. And then you can have a really well business that is on a strong foundation that can truly serve your mission and serve the world during this, and these, again, very interesting, amazing transformational times where we are more interconnected. And yeah, people say interdependent. Um, Seeing our interdependence maybe is more how I see it, but seeing our interdependence and how we're one and how everything we do has an effect directly on us, but also has effect on others. And there's a whole circulation of, energy and karma with that, etc. It's happening to us, whether we acknowledge it or not. A lot of times we don't acknowledge it. We're like, why is it I'm having challenges in my life? But you don't realize how you've, planted it. You don't see how you planted it. Well, you're constantly diligent about cleaning up, like just loving yourself and taking care of what's going on within yourself, and then doing that within your interactions with people in your daily life, and the people that you'll bring on your team ultimately when you're at that place of growth, or if you are already there, that you are able to bring in more of the right people, because a lot of businesses have not the right people on their team. That's highly possible, highly likely actually, for most of you, even those of you that have more success. You don't have the right people still on your team. So how do you get the best people on your team so that you can achieve the dream, as we say, right? You need to dial it in within yourself, and then the person will show up one way or another, no matter what the tactics are to, bring those people in. So get the help you need. Don't look for the long. By the way, money matters to you, um, and your mission matters to you, then you need to be in it 100%. You've heard this before, for the long haul. This is something I had to learn, um, very much so. I used to be so focused on a per day, per week, per month, then per year, and all that stuff. And I mean, those things are fine and okay to focus on, but what's more important is to focus on the next, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years or more, right? Is to focus on where you are, where is it going? Where do you want to go? Being on the razor edge, so to speak, now, but um, also to be really mindful of where it wants to go, so that you can go slow when you're supposed to go slow, and you can, have the sense of going faster, and a lot faster, when it's time to go faster, trusting your natural rhythm and timing, your deeper true rhythm and timing, rather than from your creative flow, rather than off of metrics that are driving you to take certain actions at wrong times, and working maybe from your weaknesses rather than your strengths, and not being yourself. So money matters in so many ways. It can help you optimize many things in your life. Of course, nothing will replace you taking care of yourself, from uh, working on yourself and internally, doing the work you need to do within yourself, whatever that is for you. And and you can't replace, like, getting help from other people. You can't just work on yourself and only do that, expect it to be the same level and quality as augmenting with getting support and help from others. And there's a time and a place for everything. There may be a time to be in the cave alone by yourself, but ultimately it's about getting more and more of the support that you need, one way or another. So with all that being said, is just to sort of recap everything, is you have desires for money, just claim them. They're as natural and as spiritual as anything else. um, don't put your ego into the desires, then you won't have to be concerned about it being not adding up somehow, right? Just what I say is, be empty with your desires. People think being empty means letting go of the desires and then not having them. For me, I don't look at it that way. For me, okay, like, I look at it as I'm being empty within the natural desires that are rising, and I'm letting them just happen if they're going to happen, like, without being concerned. but being aware of what's coming up. And if there's attention to be given to it, that I'm called to give to it, then to give it to it. And from that place is to be fully yourself. Bring it on. Just bring on your full love and service. Allow people, allow life to give to you, and let it show up as people giving you money, or however it wants to happen for you. But, that's the way it happens in a business. And to just be clear about your big mission, and be totally committed to it, and let it unfold in the way that it really wants to unfold, by trusting deeply and fully your deepest knowing and intuition and presence around it, and continuing to drop out of the headspace, worries and concerns about short-term finances and goals. If you're constantly there, you'll never be in the deeper space where the deeper growth is. So anyway, so money, money, money. Yeah, money's talking. Are you listening? Are you going to answer the call, what it might be calling you to give to the world? And therefore, life can generously give to you, because you wouldn't want it any other way. Yeah, you wouldn't want it any other way. Some people say, oh, no, I'd love it if I could just sit around and, if I just had the millions of dollars and just do whatever I want. And yeah, maybe 1% of you, but the rest of you, you'd want to roll up your sleeves and get to work and do something, at whatever pace you want. But you want to do something. You're here for a reason. If you're listening to this show, I'm guessing you're a world-changing spiritual entrepreneur. That's who I'm here to help and serve the most. I'm like, come on, lay it on. Lay it on. What's your thing? It's time to start taking the very most obvious next step to letting it happen and moving forward. Okay, everybody. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it this time together with you up with a few channeled messages here in a moment. In the meantime, again, if you want to connect further with me, there's definitely a great way to do that is to one, go to yoursacredpurpose.com, get your free make money meditation there to get attuned and aligned with what wants to happen for you, so that you can hear it, you can download it. And then there's energy scan consultations where I tune into you, available to you once you opt in, and even right there on the page when you go there. And then the other thing is, I encourage you to join our Rock Your Sacred Purpose community. And you can join that community again at Rock Your Sacred Purpose on Facebook. So you can go to the Facebook group, join there. I do Facebook Lives, 3 p.m. Central, nearly every Monday, unless I have a day off or I'm on vacation, etc. So, but otherwise, nearly every, most every Monday. Okay, so go to Rock Your Sacred Purpose on Facebook and join. Also like our business page there as well of the same name. Currently, it's the time of this episode. We may be changing that particular name soon. Okay, great. Well, I just wanted to share all this with you today, and looking forward to supporting you. I know I had to keep committing to my yes when I struggled before. I was reaching thousands of people, making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, and having such an impact in so many people's lives. And then moving on, to focusing on you guys, the world changers, and all the good I'm doing here. We're trusting each step, every step along the way, even when I'm very restless or fearful. Continue to come back to the foundation of trust when and if those fears, arise within us. So, and they always do, but allowing yourself to trust. Life will give to you what you need. It will give you everything, as long as you give yourself fully to the thing, the big thing, the presence within, the knowing within. You give yourself fully to it in full integrity, and give yourself to that, and totally, everything's possible. All right. Okay, so Feel free, as always, to again comment on this after I do this channeling, and always happy to connect with all of you and love to support you further in any way I could. So let's go ahead and do some channeling. I'll do a little vocal toning before I speak. Hold on. Mother Mary. Hearing, don't be, do not be contrarian to what you know to be true deep down inside. Love and give to yourself. Your Father in heaven is well pleased and is with you always. You are loved, innocent child of God. Know your own true heart and be compassionate towards for others and towards yourself, for yourself. Drop into the love that you are within your inner spaciousness. Me, Jesus, and the whole team, Mary Magdalene, and so many guides and angels are here with you. We're here to support. Call upon us. Comfort, support, guidance, and all great things. You're meant for it. Let it be. Thank you. Okay, Archangel Metatron. Let's see. Command what you desire. You already know what you want right now. As soon as you know what it is, it comes crystal clear to you, and you say yes to it. It's so simple. When we come to you, when you're paying attention, listen to us. Listen. Listen. Then you'll have access to the channel of divine command for all great things. The source within all life gives freely to all that are willing to listen and let it be. All levels of riches and wealth are available to you now and always. Be strong and clear within the channel of your being. Even the doors that seem most unavailable to you right now, that call to you, can be opened. You're clear, aligned, focus on what's true for you right now. Thank you. Okay, we got Master Jesus. Okay. Be in love with life. Love your partner. Love your neighbor. Love your children. For all are children of God, holy and divine, no matter their appearance. See through the appearances and love them all. Give the bread of life even to those you would judge the most. Offer them your heart. You are safe. You are well. They can take nothing that's real from you. Only you can take from yourself. But nothing real can be taken from you. Live your truth. I am here to provide you with love and comfort. Pathway of great riches and success always lies deep in your heart, in your soul, in your oneness with all things. Thank you. And so it is. Okay. All right. So if you had your eyes closed, you can start to open them as I'm opening mine. And I'm just so grateful to share with all of you. I just want to remind you to just let love in. Just let love in. There are answers to your questions. Glad to be here as a resource for you. And always feel free to reach out to me here or on any of the platforms I'm on, Facebook, whatever, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. Reach out to me. Ask the questions that you have here or wherever you feel free to contact me. Find me by name on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. You can find me as Rock Your Sacred Purpose. And I don't know if many of you are on Twitter, but I go by the Blockbuster there. So that's not a great place to contact me, by the way. But anyway, I just love you all so much. Just invite you into this spaciousness, into this deep love. Many blessings, much abundance. See the abundance that you are, for the richness of who you are, and embrace and revel in it. Okay, all my love. Goodbye for now. Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.